Good evening everybody and welcome back to another episode. My name is Kevin, I am a geek and you are watching Kevin the Geek. We are back with episode 29 of our Formula 1 Manager 22 playthrough. We are playing as Williams, we're doing a road to glory, we want to go from worst to first. We want to go back of the grid to the front of the grid. We want to make Williams the first time, we want to make them world champions. We want to make them world champions both for the drivers and the constructors for the first time since 1997. And we are back in season 2. This is another race back in Canada at the Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve. And, I tell you what, if you missed last season's episode, that was a freaking great one. That was the first episode where I started to stop showing absolutely everything and I just focused a little bit more on the actual races themselves. And I tell you what a race it was. We had a couple of spins, couple of safety cars. Oh, we were so close to getting into the points for the first time in any of our races. That is a truly fantastic one. If you want to see how we start off, that's a great one maybe to start your watch with. Maybe the first couple of episodes, you know, the first couple of races, they were really boring, you know, literally being stuck back of the grid, not really much happened. And of course I was doing streams for probably 2, 3, 4 hours, which, I mean, nobody realistically was going to watch a lot of those, you know, to be perfectly honest. Episode 6 in Canada, that's probably where we started to get some really good content here, so make sure you do go back and watch some of the early videos. But for right now, we're going into Canada, and as you can see with this circuit, we have got 3 DRS zones, which are absolutely so important that we are in a good position. So the actual detection point we've got just before you come to turn 6, which gives you the actual straights that's going down between turn 7 and 8, and then you of course have the little chicane there, and just past turn 9, that is where you get the activation point for not 1 but for 2 detection zones. For as you come down the casino straight after the hairpin, down past turns 12, 13, 14, past the start finish line, and coming up towards turn 1 at Virage Senna. So how have we been doing overall in this season? Pretty well, pretty damn good well, and I'm hoping that this is going to be a really good race for us. There's been a few crashes in practice sessions, and so I'm hopeful we may get another one here that may just give us a little bit of a boost. It is supposedly a one-stop strategy circuit. We still haven't had the true update, you know, the patch that's coming out from Frontier. So at the moment, we can still probably go for a very hard, aggressive 2-stop strategy and work out in a much better position, especially if we get it with a safety car. Now, what about the actual qualifying sessions? Well, Pierre Gasly once again got into qualifying 3. Albon once again not getting into qualifying 3. But there was a bit of a shock. Sergio Perez qualified in 15th because he got really severely held up in qualifying 2. Made a very poor lap. You can see his his qualifying 1 session time, in actual fact, was so damn close that probably would have been good enough to get him into P2 in qualifying 3, just about. But Pierre Gasly, we're sort of best of the rest, minus Perez there. He's starting in P6, and then Alexander Albon is going to be starting in P13. Sponsorships, well, qualifying targets, we've achieved all of them, so that's a good couple 100,000 into the bonus. Could we go for a position gain one? You know what? If I could get rid of all of them, maybe. But you know what? I'm going to give it a go today. I'm going to get Pierre Gasly to finish at least one place higher. And I want Albon to get, what should we say? Let's say top 11. Top 11. I think that's feasible. Actually, yeah, 11th works out better because, oh no, that's 12. Sorry, I was going the wrong way. I was thinking, why is 10th giving you a lower bonus than 11th? That explains why. So we'll go 5th and 11th. So basically, 2 places up for Albon, 1 up for Gasly. I think that's a nice little thing. Finishing position, if we get at least 1 driver into 14th, we get about just over 100,000. And we are currently 3 and the last 3 for our qualifying position streak, which is at least 1 driver into 15th. And our finish streak is to get at least 1 driver into 10th or above. We've currently got 3 out of 5. This race, we're going to make it 4 out of 5. Right, let's move on now to our race strategy. So like I said, I'm thinking of going with the very aggressive 2-stopper. Okay, so at the moment, ooh, you could, in theory, do a very aggressive 1-stop. A very aggressive 1-stop. Which in actual fact, with the way that the pace is going, that's where we're going to go. We're going to go with the very aggressive 1-stopper. We're going to go really hard. We're going to go really hard, really push all race long. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so if we can do the same for Albon, we're going to swap the other way around. As we always do, we don't want them to crash over each other. There we go. So they're going to be nice alternative strategies. We're going to increase the fuel just a little bit. Going to increase the fuel that little bit because fuel wear has been really bad in the last couple of races, and I don't want to take that risk. Basically, you know, don't want to take any risk. So that means ultimately we're ready to go. We're going full attack, full on, and we're doing it right from the start of the race. Just finalize that. Okay, I am ready. I hope you're ready. So, without much further ado, we are going to get ready. We're going to go for the Canadian Grand Prix. I'm really, really excited for this. Are you excited? Have you got yourself sat down? Have you got yourself some popcorn? Because I tell you what, I don't know why, but I think this one is going to be a really good one. I'm just sending out a little notification. There we go, just sending out a little message to some people. Here we go. Right. Let's go to Canada, to Gilles-Villeneuve Circuit for the Canadian Grand Prix. Let's go.
It's a bit of a cloudy day for the race, but the atmosphere, as ever, is electric. There we have Pierre Gasly. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first few corners. And then we've got Alex Albon. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. Everything's been building to this. The drivers are ready and raring to go. It's the Canadian Grand Prix.
And off we go!
And away we go.
Okay, so Gasly looking to get a really good start, looking to try and make the move. He's already lost our place to Daniel Ricciardo, but it looks like he's going to be making that up. And he has already made that gap straight back up. Alexander Albon currently has made up a place on Guan Yu Zhou. Perez also making the move up. He's gone up to P14.
And there's an overtake from Williams. Here's the
Let's take a look at that move. So, of course, we lost out right at the start of the video. He had a much better launch off the line. But we took that inside line, round virage centre. Then moving on towards turn 3 and really looking to gain straight away onto Carlos Sainz there as well. Looking to make as many moves as we can in the early stages.
Do what you can to keep the tyres cool. Okay.
Yep, we know they're going to overheat. We know this is going to be a thing. We're going to just push all race long. And if we get a safety car, we're going to go. Here's Gasly looking, trying to make a move on Carlos Sainz. Is he going to get it? He's coming up to the hairpin. He's got the inside line. And I think he's going to make this move stick. Yes, he does. Pierre Gasly up into P5. P5. Albon currently there in P12. He's coming up. He's just past the hairpin as well. So he's coming up right behind Valtteri Bottas. Let's take another look at that overtake over Carlos Sainz.
Now we see the Williams here. A bold move indeed.
Okay, so we're going to be nice and normal with our tyre conversation. Of course, that is the voice there of Ben Mitchell, who in the last episode or two, we have obviously brought him into the team. Replacing Gaten Django. Wants to try and get a nice bit of boost to the team there. So crucially, we want to stay in the DRS zone by the end of this lap. And I'll tell you what, we're right on the back of I was about to say Daniel Russell. George Russell. Right in the back of George Russell. And looking at Albon, he is of course right behind Valtteri Bottas at the moment. Perez is just stuck behind Guan Yu Zhou at the moment. Can't quite get past him. And someone's locked up. Someone is locked up in sector 2. Who's locked up? A safety car. Oh, safety car. Multiple cars. Right. It looks like an Aston Martin towards the back.
And it's more than one car. Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, so there we have the Alpine.
So, oh!
That's the contact.
Are they actually out of the race?
Chaos on the track.
Safety car.
Yes, Yuki Tsunoda in the Aston Martin. He is out. And Esteban Ocon in the Alpine, he has got a time penalty as a result. So, what we're going to do, we're going to bring everything down. We're going to bring absolutely everything down. And this is great news for our race. Because as I said, we're looking to push. And it's just about on that limit. It's just about on that limit. So, if we can get, a lap or two with this, then it is going to stand us in really good stead for the end of the race. We just want everything to just build up, and then we want to have a really good send, because we kind of still already bunched up at that point anyway, so it didn't really make too much of a difference at that point. But as of right here, right now, we are looking in a really good place to really launch it off the line. Maybe again get another move, maybe on Russell or someone like that. So any suggestion that the safety car's coming in this lap? Not yet, which I would believe that we would have known by now. So we're going to go around again. While we get a chance, have a look at the excuse me. Let's take a look at the tyre strategies. So, it is a medium to hard if you're going to do a one-stop. I mean, So I'll just to pause 1 second and literally, if we were doing normal, could we in theory do a 1-stop? Actually, yes, you could. You could in theory do a soft and a hard one, which we're not doing. So that would suggest that either Hamilton, Alonso, Zhou and Perez, they're either doing a soft to hard 1-stop or they're going to go for a 2-stop. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously with the safety car coming out, that is going to really help them long term.
Okay, energy's good.
Okay.
And they probably will end up doing the 1-stop. Right, safety car in this lap. Safety car is in this lap. So we're going to look to push everything. Absolutely everything is going full on attack. Okay. So, is Pierre going to get a move on Russell off the line? Is Albon going to get to be able to make a move on Valtteri Bottas? We will have to see. But here they are all in a nice straight formation line as we come up the Casino Straight. A few cars just want to get a little bit of weaving going. They want to get the heat into their tyres.
Make sure we get a good restart.
Copy.
Yep, we're going to go for this. We're going to go for this. And his green flag running. They're still obviously not allowed to overtake as of yet. There goes Verstappen. He's moving. Okay, so we are on board with Pierre Gasly. He is looking to make the moves right off the start. So not quite close enough at the moment. But all in a nice little line there. Verstappen trying to make the advantage pay. We're making a little bit of a gain there on George. Not quite enough. It's quite a short little straight there. Oh, we're trying to make a move at the inside, but then Russell's going to get it outside. And he does maintain that lead there. Not maintain the lead, maintain that space, I should say, really. It looks still about the same, a little bit further back in the grid.
Good job, keep pushing.
Fortunately, because we had to back out of that with Russell, we have dropped to about 8/10 back from him. So here we are now back down the Casino Straight coming up. Really, really long one. Can we close the gap in? Then of course we're going to have the Wall of Champions. No DRS this lap because of course you don't have DRS for a couple of laps after the safety car has come in. Nicely smooth through there. Just make sure that we get through. Yes. Back aboard with Pierre. Still nice and close at the moment. Okay, so we're just going to drop down to normal neutral levels. We'll just look to go nice and normal.
Save fuel.
Yeah, copy.
Rears are hot.
Copy.
We know. Don't you worry. It's all in hand. So I'm not going to push too much because we know how easy it is to change things. Albon had a slowest first section, which is quite surprising. Maybe just got a little bit held up there behind Valtteri Bottas. So I want to see what our first really good racing lap is speed-wise is going to be.
DRS in 8.
So we were slightly faster than George Russell on that occasion. And Albon a tiny bit slower than Valtteri Bottas just up ahead. So considering he's on the harder tyres and he's 4/10 slower, that is not bad. That is not bad. So we're nice and even at this present moment in time. I'm just going to adjust the volume because it's a little bit loud in my ear. There we go. Yeah, just wanted to make it a little bit. So I could hear myself talk a little bit. And Pierre Gasly's made the move on George Russell. He's managed the overtake. So he's up into 4th place.
Overtake from Williams. Let's see what happened there. Now look at this. It's Pierre Gasly. Gaining a position there. They make it look so easy.
Beautiful little overtake there. Absolutely beautiful.
The team are clearly delighted.
A lovely little overtake there on lap 7. Absolutely gorgeous little overtake there. So can we now look to try and close up the gap to Lewis Hamilton? Now, of course, we don't have the ERS there because the DRS has now been enabled. But we are on course. Can we get the fastest lap? George Russell overtakes us there. Didn't quite get the fastest lap despite doing a fastest middle section. So George has just re-overtaken us with the aid of the DRS.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes. We can take a look now. Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
And this is the one big thing with Canada. The overtake speed is so potent down as you come towards the pit lane and the start finish straight. Because you have that double DRS, it makes a big difference. So you almost want to strategize where you actually make your overtake. So we're on board here. We probably don't want to do it until after the next chicane. We want to stay behind here because this is where, just after here is where you get the deactivation zone for the double DRS zones. So if we can go full up into overtake, we're going to get DRS on the first straight. If we can get it done straight away, then we'll get the DRS going into the next one, which will enable us to pull away from George. So you see DRS zone now wide open, up into overtake, trying to make the move done. We want to get it done before the Wall of Champions, but didn't quite manage to get it, so we're going to get it again as we come down the start finish straight. Still up in overtake. Now we're out of the battery. Oof! Had the inside line, but then George has got the inside line for the second one, so we didn't quite manage to make a stick on that occasion. But good going, good going. George is dropping back from Lewis Hamilton, so this is big. We need to get past him and try and close the gap. But the more that me and George squabble, the harder it's going to be for us to catch up. Right, but we have got about 13 laps worth of fuel. So let's push with the fuel.
No saving required.
Let's just push with the fuel and see how we get on there. Nearly 15 laps plus of fuel at the moment. Maybe that's a little bit wrong there. Because it's saying that we've still got 99 kilograms. Same as Albon, but Albon's only apparently 4 laps up. Yeah, now we're 17. Yeah, something's not right with the fuel delta at the moment. But Carlos Sainz, 2.3 seconds back from Pierre Gasly. So he's been doing a bit of squabbling with Sebastian Vettel. And there we go. Alonso has managed to pull out.
This is good.
So again, we've still got the DRS, trying to pull away as best as we can.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
We want to deploy our battery. We want to pull away from George.
Yeah.
And we want to get close to Hamilton. That's what we want to do, closer to Hamilton. We want to be in his DRS range. Now, it doesn't matter if George is with us, because that means that we've still got the DRS there as well to fight with. That's the big thing. Come on, let's close the gap. And it looks like we are in that DRS range. And George is dropping back. George is dropping back. This is brilliant news. Right. The battery is dead, so back down into neutral. And we are purple in both sectors 1 and 2 for Gasly. Is Gasly going to get fastest lap of the race so far? I think he may do. Especially because he should get DRS. Surprisingly, DRS doesn't look like it's opening up. No, DRS is not active, which is surprising me. I thought he was within the range of Lewis Hamilton. And we didn't get fastest lap. Did not get the fastest lap on that occasion. Although we were the fastest on that lap. But the fact that we didn't have the DRS, that made a big, big difference. Apparently, we're 2.5 seconds back from Hamilton.
Use energy.
Copy.
I thought we were a lot closer to that. Here we go, round the hairpin. Let's tune back in with Albon. Albon. Oh, so I was looking at the leader tab, not the interval one. That's what confused me.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Copy.
Okay, so Albon currently is still just stuck behind Bottas. Now, how is his lap times looking in comparison? Still only a couple tenths slower in each one.
Get the tyres down now.
Copy.
So, what we want to do for Albon, we're going to stay on board with him. We're going to get towards the end of obviously once he goes around the hairpin. We want to see if we can manage to get an overtake done and get moving ahead of Bottas. We want to start trying to move Albon up the grid. At the moment he's just doing nice and well, just trundling along. Here we go. So, I want you to set up into overtake. And I want you to push with your fuel as well.
Okay.
Come on now, let's get this overtake done.
Okay, reduce lift and coast.
We're gaining, we've got the inside line, we're making a dive. Oh, he just squeezes out there.
Check the DRS.
Copy.
But we have just pulled away from Guan Yu Zhou there a little bit. And Perez has finally managed to overtake Guan Yu Zhou. It has taken him nearly 13 laps to finally be able to do that. So how are Hamilton's tyres doing? Not too bad, around about 66%. So they probably will still be looking through the one stop at this stage. So the moment for us, we want to really capitalise on the pit stops, because that's what we've been really gaining in the last couple of episodes. If you miss Monaco in particular, but we're currently. I mean, what's our last lap time compared to Hamilton? Because this is the thing, because we're not on the DRS. This is where you see it really shows. I mean, it's only 3/10, but if he's pulling away 3/10 every single lap, it soon really builds up. So what I want to try and do is I just want to use a bit of harvesting for the ERS, so we're going to have a really good push. Really good push. Albon's still, half a second behind Bottas. He just can't quite manage to get the gains on him, despite pushing with the fuel and everything else.
To increase lift and coast.
Yep, copy.
Now about 5 seconds back. Right. So So we're going to see if we can push again. See if we can push again with Gasly. So we're about 5 seconds to... oh, it's actually Verstappen. Wow, Hamilton's overtaking Leclerc and Verstappen. Okay, there's a lot of squabbling up front. Could that allow us to just catch back up to them? Albon is just stuck in this DRS change, stemming back from Fernando Alonso in 6th. So no one can really move fast. It's from 6th down to 14th. No one, oh actually no, Zhou's just dropped out of the DRS range at this present moment in time. Gasly down to 4.6 seconds, 4.7 seconds. You see Russell's a couple of seconds behind him as well. How they just keep squabbling with each other. Keep squabbling, just allow us to just chip into them a little bit. I mean, that was the fastest lap last time out. We were a second faster than Hamilton last time out. Which is better. Which is getting better. We're down to 3.8. Just keep going. And here we're starting to get some pit stops now. Some of those soft compound runners, they are now into the pit. So could Hamilton be about to pit very soon as well?
Vettel has just pitted.
So that puts Albon currently up into P10. P10 for Albon. It should mean, I believe, that Hamilton will be coming in fairly soon, along with Alonso, Perez and Guan Yu Zhou. They have gone onto the hard compound tyres, so it does look like they are then indeed going to be doing that one-stop race. Is Hamilton going to be coming into the pits? Doesn't look like it looks like he's on the outside of Leclerc there. Oh, he might be. And he is. Hamilton is in the pits. Okay.
Save fuel.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to be interested to see how we occur. Oh! Oh no, I was looking at the wrong car. There's so many of them there. I thought for a moment we were battling with a Ferrari. Yeah, Hamilton in the pit. Bessie is in the pit as well. Alonso's probably going to be going for another lap yet. Of course, Hamilton, he might just now get stuck in traffic because he's going to be stuck in this DRS train. So he may not be going very, very fast. He's going to be held up by all these cars. So having the early pit stop may not be a good thing. So how are we doing for our strategy and our tyre wear comparison strategy? We're a tiny bit better, so we might be able to just push, you know, maybe like a lap or so longer. Obviously, because of the situation with the safety car. Get another one. Boom! Very, very good news. Albon is into 9th. So what was the last lap times? We have to wait till the next one to get an idea for Hamilton. But he was a 1:18.8, whereas Gasly was a 1:17.0, which means that Hamilton is losing time. So in theory, we may get the jump on him, depending where we come out. So Gasly, we're going to be looking at pitting around about the lap 29. Now, if we were pitting right here, right now, we'd be coming out 10th. So that would be behind Hamilton. That would be behind Hamilton. But if Hamilton keeps getting stuck, keeps doing these slow lap times, that's all the better. I mean, obviously he's 2 seconds behind. We're trying to make a move there on Albon. Let's push with a bit more fuel.
And we think you can reduce lift and coast.
Yes.
On Albon. Let's try and have a go. Let's try and have a go on Bottas. I mean, stop behind him since virtually lap 1.
To use the overtake.
See if we can get something. Come on.
Copy.
Hamilton was a bit quicker there last time out, but he's still not caught back up to this train of cars. He's not in the DRS range yet. Albon did overtake Bottas briefly, but then lost it out again. But still got the DRS. Leclerc and Verstappen still having a little bit of a squabble with each other. There's Albon, you can see now behind Carlos Sainz because Bottas are overtaking quite a few. Oh, that's and Lando Norris is in the pit. He's only back in 10.
Do what you can to keep the tyres cool.
Okay.
Hamilton's still a couple of tenths slower than Gasly, so Gasly is just gaining that little bit. Want to keep doing what we can do. We'd ideally like to be able to jump him when it comes to our pit stop, which is probably going to be in around about 5 laps time. About 5 or 6 laps time. Ocon has kind of started to make his way back up the grid since obviously that early incident that caused safety car, but almost certainly I would say he's probably going to have to pit again. Verstappen is in the pit. Verstappen is in the pit. That's a little bit early than I expected. Okay, so that means Gasly's currently in 5th place. Where is Verstappen going to come out? In 4th. Okay, so he's not going to get held up by that slow moving traffic, unfortunately. Oh, yellow flag sector 1, what happened?
Looks like there's been a lock-up. Let's take a closer
Guang Yu Zhou
look.
lock-up.
Let's take another look. There we have Joe. It's a lock-up, and that could be costly.
Luckily that lock-up didn't cause any damage or anything. That's good news for him. And George Russell is also into the pits. Someone else locked up again. Safety car! Oh! Safety car. Right. It's a couple of laps early, but we're going to pit. Oh, Albon. See, Albon does have to make that stop. He's got to do a change of the soft compound tyres. Right, if we were to do another medium, that'd be adding the time on. No, we're not going to do that, no. Albon, you're going to stick to your strategy. But Gasly, we're going to bring you in. Annoyingly, had that happened a few hundred metres back, then that would have really helped us out, because you can see Russell, Ricciardo, Sainz, Bottas are all coming in. Because it happened just early enough. So let's see what happens. It's a multiple car crash. It's a Red Bull. Is this Perez maybe?
Goodness me, that is a serious collision.
Down by the hairpin. Maybe that wasn't. Maybe that was Verstappen maybe? No, it was Perez actually. It was Perez. Right. Right. So Gasly's in the pit and coming out. Leclerc was also in the pit as well. He got the cheap pit stop.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Okay, so we're all getting bunched up. So that has really helped out Gasly.
Yeah.
Because we've now got Albon up into P4. I don't even know where the safety car is, to be perfectly honest. Oh, it is just up here. Right, so we're just catching up now. Okay, so just starting to catch up with the safety car now. So we're able to conserve all of our fuel tyres. I just realised, let's conserve Albon's as well. We can get loads of fuel back in. We can get our ERS charged back up. Gasly has got a change of strategy, so we may have to conserve a little bit towards the end. So if I just change it to the attack, more the aggressive one rather than attacking, then we can kind of see how we are in comparison to that. If we need to drop down towards the end, then we can do, but of course there may be another safety car. This is the second safety car in this race. I don't know why, but I've got a feeling there's going to be another one. So of course there is going to be another lap going round. We're going to conserve our tyres that little bit more. Okay, so let's just zoom up a little bit. Right, safety car is coming in this lap. So, as it currently stands, right, is anyone left to pit? Literally Albon. Albon is the only one who needs to pit. So for him, it's a bit unfortunate that, you know, if we'd been on the mediums, we probably would have double stacked it. We would have, you know, really gone for it.
Pronto Albono Spinella.
Oh. Sorry, I just missed that comment. I do apologise. I didn't quite hear what that was, so I'm just going to bring that back up. Oh. There you go. Oh, sorry. Pronto Albona. Thank you very much there. Okay, yeah, it was too early to bring in Alex Albon, I think, on this particular one. So we might lose out a little bit in regards for the next one, you know, for his pit stop, unless we get another one. But we're going to go for it. We're going full on attack. So, can we look to get some extra places again? This has really helped out Pierre Gasly because he was about 5 or 6 seconds back.
Okay, we can use the overtake.
We're about 5 or 6 seconds back at the time, so that's really helped us. We can be within a DRS range again. You can see him, he's eager to make that move. He really wants to get going. And here we go. Let's be on board with Albon behind. Albon actually...
Gasly tyres won't last if you want him to defend the position.
Yeah, don't fight your teammate. No, and hold the cars back behind. That's what we really want to do. We want to give Gasly as much chance to pull away and stop the others from overtaking and getting in that DRS. We want to fight. We want to fight for a win. We want to really go for it today. So here we are. This is where you come towards the DRS zone. But again, remember, once the safety car comes in, then you're not going to get it. You're not going to get the DRS right after the safety car.
Check the DRS.
Perfect. There we go. That's given Gasly just that little bit of breathing space. Yes, so tyres, basically what happened was Verstappen stopped about 1 or 2 laps just before the safety car. So literally Verstappen was unfortunate enough to miss out on the bonus for the safety car, but because of the gaps to him, he only came up behind Russell, and then Russell pitted. So Verstappen ended up being back in the same position. He's not really lost out indeed. The only driver that needs to pit is Albon, although I do believe Ocon is probably going to have to pit as well, because he had to pit on, I believe it was lap 2, when of course he locked up, caused the crash which took Yuki Tsunoda out, the first of the 2 Aston Martins on this occasion. So let's see how we get moving. Can we manage to get any moves done towards these? Not gonna lie, it's gonna be very difficult. It's gonna be very difficult to manage to get anything done with Leclerc and Verstappen. They're seriously pacey. But the longer that we can keep in that DRS zone, the better. So we're just gonna kind of see how long we can last it, and hopefully we can do a good job. And of course we're slowing down all of the other cars, so we really want to get a podium today. That is beyond anything else. We want to get that podium, but we really also would love to challenge for a win. Is it going to happen? Maybe, maybe not. But I tell you what, it's still going to be an exciting one to see, can we manage to do it. Okay, so we're nearly out of the battery, so of course we have to drop back down into neutral, and there we have to go! Oh! Oh! I thought we were going to get that move done on Verstappen. Oh, that was so close. And here we are, we've now got DRS active.
Will need another stop. Change to softs when that happens and attempt a quick lap.
Well, we could go for the quick lap, but we don't actually get a bonus point. So there isn't really much to be gained from it, to be perfectly honest. It's obviously what you can see with our tyre strategy, it is based on us going full on attack. It is based on us going full on attack. If we were to do a change and go for the softs, I mean, if we were to stay on that, I mean, of course, we'd have to really back off with the hards, or not go as fast with the softs, and try and just about manage it. So, but by going the full-on attack, that's what I found strategy-wise is going to work the best. Obviously, the safety car is throwing a little bit of a spanner into the works, not going to lie. Maybe we're going to get another one. Maybe we'll get another one. But let's see. So, Charles Leclerc has now got the DRS on Verstappen. Verstappen is a sticking duck. We're closing the gap very rapidly. Is Charles Leclerc? Actually, I don't think Charles Leclerc has got it. He hasn't. I don't think Verstappen's got it either. Oh my God, we're into the lead. Oh, we're in the lead.
Good job.
Right, deploy, go. I want to see that. Oh, this is a move on Albon.
Is Hamilton involved in this one? Gaining a position there. Oh, they make it look so easy.
Okay, so Hamilton's going to want to try and close into those top 3 now.
What a shame.
Right, can we get the retake of the Verstappen overtake and Leclerc one? Do we get a replay of that one? Maybe, maybe not. No, I don't think so. We're trying to deploy with everything we've got to just try and pull away. So if we get outside of the DRS range, then we could potentially really challenge for a win list. But realistically, see how close they are.
Let's not end up with the Ferrari strategy moment and push.
Exactly, we want to push. We do want to push. We've come so close so far. We've finished second. That's our highest ever position so far. We've never managed to finish in the lead. Could we do it today? It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a difficult one. Ooh. There's the double set overtake again. So it will come down, I think, to the final lap and seeing how close we are to them. So what I want to try and do, if I can, is maybe try and, when we get to DRS zones, just try and ease off the tyres. Just use those times when we're in that DRS to still get the speed, but then hopefully just conserve that tiny bit of tyre so we can push a bit more, you know, full on. But of course, if it means that we drop too far back out of it, then we're not. And Albon has managed to get back over Hamilton.
And there's an overtake from Williams. Let's see what happened there. Now watch this.
If they make a mistake, then it's a secured win.
That's the thing. We'd love for them to make a mistake. We would love for them to make a mistake. As long as it doesn't involve us. That's the key thing. As long as it doesn't involve us and doesn't take us out of the equation. Alright, so we've got the DRS. So we're just going to go into standard. So we can still push. I hope we just conserve that tyre whilst we've got the DRS. And then we'll go full up attack in a second. Looking to make a move done again. Here we go. Not quite on that occasion.
They'll come to us.
Okay, so our pit lap is coming, and if we were to pit, it is unfortunately going to mean that we do end up towards the back of the grid. But we have got a very, very fast car in comparison. But the problem with Canada is that double DRS zone straight, and you can see there's obviously a massive DRS train from Ocon in 11th all the way down to Perez in 17th. So hopefully if Albon can keep pushing, he might just end up in that situation where he's able to jump a couple of them. Because he's driving in the free air. Because if we look at the last lap times, if you compare them, so like Ocon, we're about half a tenth faster than him at the present moment in time. And Leclerc was only slightly faster than Verstappen and Gasly this time out. We're going to go through the wall of champions, not making the move. Can we make the move on Verstappen? He's positioning himself right in the middle of the track. Make it really difficult to try and make that move stick there.
Right now, right?
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
We're just trying to conserve that a little bit. We are pushing with his fuel. Let's try and push him a little bit with his fuel. He's dropped out of the DRS zone from Hamilton, so we want to send him now. Get back in that DRS zone. Close the gap to him. Use the speed of that Mercedes and the DRS. We've got George Russell right behind us as well. Seeing where we are. It looks like we'll probably be just about within that DRS zone for the next one. I wish there was a way that you could improve, like do upgrades so that you get better ERS retention, something like that. That would be a really good situation to be in. There you go, DRS wide open there. Oh, that was cool. Ooh, I was right over the curbs there, trying to build up that speed there. I could have taken us into the wall there. Luckily, it didn't on that occasion. Verstappen looks like it's just beginning to pull away a little bit. We don't want that. And George Russell has managed to get that move done.
Mercedes moved up a place. We can take a look now. Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
Oh, he just had the inside line there, which meant that Alex just had to back out of that just ever so slightly and give the place up. I mean, ultimately, we're not battling with them. We're still doing much better times to the ones down the bottom of the grid. So if we were stopping right now, we're still suggesting that we'd be coming out about P18. And Russell has got ahead of Hamilton. So we've got a three-way battle for first, second and third. And we've got a three-way battle currently for fourth, fifth and sixth.
Albon is losing too much pace.
I mean, you say he's losing too much pace. At the moment, he's still there or thereabouts. That was a much cleaner line there through the chicane by the Wall of Champions. Yeah, because I mean, you compare it to, when you look at the interval, obviously the DRS changed from Vettel downwards, yeah? And, you know, he's still got faster lap times than all of those. You know, okay, that particular one, slightly slower by the most, by about half a second, about 0.4 of a second. So we're still doing the speed, so we just want to do as much as we can to just jump a few places, or ideally have a safety car. An ideal one would be a safety car. So we're looking just about ahead of schedule. So it looks like we probably are going to be pitting on lap 43 as it currently stands. We'll obviously see what happens. We're back on board with Gasly, and he's still keeping pace. He's still managing to keep pace. And tyre wear is a little bit better than predicted. But which one is that on? Let me just double check. Oh, that is on that one. Oh, I didn't change it. Oh, I thought I saved it. There we go. Right, so I'm going to bring Gasly just down to aggressive. Just try and conserve those fuel, those tyres that little bit, because obviously they're still squabbling up ahead. We've still got the DRS, so we should still be able to keep up what we're doing, whilst at the same time staying in that DRS. Oh, and there we've got the move on Leclerc. And we're up into second place. Up into second.
You did a good job.
Right, I want to see that replay again.
And a new position, just gained by Williams. Let's take a closer look. Now look at this, it's Pierre Gasly.
Beautiful. I just want to close this gap again to Verstappen. We want to make sure we've got that DRS. We need that DRS, it's so vital. And we've got it here, perfect. Oh, I was about to say, was Leclerc just dropping back?
I once lost a race thanks to a soft look after a replay.
Oh yes, I know. I had that once as well. It's absolutely awful when that happens. Absolutely awful. Here we go, trying to make a move into the lead. And there we go. We're up into the lead, and we've got the DRS down here past the wall of champions. We're just able to pull away there from Verstappen, and that's a new fastest lap as well.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now we see the Williams here. And they get past.
Oh.
Which moves...
Yes! Yes, boys! What was that? That was a 1:14.8. Wow! A 1:14.8. I think that's the first one that's got into the 1:14s, I believe. Could be wrong, but I think so. Alright, can we deploy? And just try and pull away. I think Verstappen's going to have the DRS, and it looks like he does. Damn it! Oh, this is going to be so tight. This is going to be so tight towards the end. Right, if we're pitting now, we're still showing as 18th at the moment. If we have a really good stop, I think we'll probably come out maybe 14th, 15th, something like that. That is going to be my estimate, my belief. So Verstappen and Leclerc probably going to make the move for the overtake. They come down the Casino Straight. Can't quite make it done there. But Verstappen's having to go now. And he's managed to get it done. Both drivers have managed to get it done. So maybe we need to think about this strategically, right? Going into the very last lap of the race. If we're still with them, if we're still competitive, we strategically try and be in second place, so we can try, obviously coming in right before, when you get to that DRS activation zone, past I think turn 9, and then once we go around the hairpin, try and push really hard and go for it. So you think an undercut? I mean, we'd only just be about making it. Just see how we're going. I think, yeah, we've got one more lap. Right, we're going to pick this coming lap now. Now we're saying that's 17th, perfect. Right, so we're going on to the mediums. Going on to the mediums. So Albon, give me everything you have got, my old beauty.
Let's have a look. Now we see the Williams here. They take advantage and muscle their way through.
Yeah, so we might have to play this very strategically, because we did this, I think we tried to do it rather in Miami. Was it Miami? I'm pretty sure it was Miami, and we were so close. Again, it was it was a similar track to here at Canada, where the DRS is just so overpowered. So imagine this right here. We're on lap 42. Imagine this was the last lap of the race. Imagine we're now in second place. We've got the DRS. We've got a bit of ERS to try and charge as well. So we're closing up. We're closing. We do it well. There you go. And then we send it right through here. We've still got the DRS. We try and push, go up to line. Hopefully get the race win on the last lap, the last corner. Right. Albon is in the pits. Albon is coming in the pits. Where's he going to come out?
Red Bull moved up.
Here we go. Onto the mediums. Nice clean stop. 2.6. Could have been slightly better. Okay, so we're 4 seconds behind Perez. But we get to push.
Yeah, deploy. Yes.
And let's see how quickly we can catch up to them. So the only person who should need to stop is Ocon, because he's on 53% on those hard compound tyres. They ain't going to last to the end.
Just gained by Williams.
Oh, a little bit of squabbling there between Gasly and Verstappen.
Check the DRS.
Okay. Just keep doing what you're doing.
And we're into lead again.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Okay, so we're doing really, really well. And we're really pushing with the fuel as well. Okay, so let's just wait till we close the gap a little bit.
Ferrari advance the race position.
That was a 59 for Albon there, compared to about mid 116s for everyone else. So about half a second faster. Gasly last time out, of course he was in the race lead, so he's naturally going to be slower. Verstappen was 6/10 faster on that particular instance. And we're going to get the move done, I think, on Leclerc. Oof, I'll tell you what, the longer this race goes on, the more tense I become. Because at this moment in time, this should be, in theory, a slam dunk podium. It just depends on which position. But all you need is one little instance. You know, whether it be someone towards the back, they lock up, they cause a crash, they get the safety car out, or someone towards the front happens. You just do not know what is going to happen. Because you can see there, George Russell nearly 10 seconds behind us at the moment. So maybe if we'd had Albon on the same tyre strategy, I reckon we'd have both drivers literally in the top four. The reason I put them on alternative strategies was on the chance that we didn't get a safety car. Which, thinking about it, was that a mistake on my part? Because for Canada, it is a very high likelihood that you are going to get a safety car. So we're not quite able to catch up as fast as I was expecting, but we have still got 23 laps to go. So there's loads of time yet. The one I feel the most bad for at the moment is Frederick Vesti. You know, he's 11 seconds off the pace in the Haas. Yeah, he's a young driver. It's his first season with Formula One. So we had that last year. In season one, we were back at the grid so many times. And it was just unfortunate, I think, for us that, you know, we were in a situation that we're able to close up and do better this team. And so this year, when we do have races, and obviously when I do have races, you know, and obviously I stream them live, you know, little plug at the moment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you know when I'm going live. But the races are a lot more exciting this time around, and this is my advice to anybody that is going to be thinking about playing the game themselves. If you haven't yet already started playing it, I would definitely say it is more fun doing a Road to Glory type thing. You know, get someone from the back of the grid to the front of the grid, because you are going to have those ups and downs. You are going to have those times when you have bad races. You're going to have those times when you just slog away. I mean, the one that comes to mind for the first ever season, the first big race was France.
New position just gained by Williams.
It was the French Grand Prix, episode, I want to say 7 or 8. 9, something like that in the playlist. So obviously do make sure you watch some of those older videos. It was very much a slogfest, and it was a couple of spins, and we were so far off the pace. I think one driver got lapped twice, the other one was nearly lapped twice. That's how bad off the pace we were. And of the Aston Martins, who were, you know, they were 17th and 18th, we were at one point, we're like 10 seconds back from them. That's how bad it was. So if you're going to do a series like this, there are going to be those difficult times. I'm not going to lie to you. There are going to be incredibly difficult times. You're going to get frustrated. There's going to be the times when you're going to want to throw your mouse or your controller or whatever you're using at the wall. You're literally going to want to throw it at the wall because you're so frustrated. You're just like, oh, why can't we, you know, do better? Why can't we do better? But it does get better with time. And once you get, I think, into... I mean, for me, it was definitely the sort of middle third of the entire season. In season 1, you had the races up to Canada. Canada was the first race where we started to see some potentially good results. And through, I think it was then, I think the last good one that we had, I think might have been Suzuki in Japan. And
there's an overtake from Williams.
That was the race where, to be perfectly honest, I was thinking, could we be about to properly challenge for the points? At last, finally. And then we just tailed off, you know. But all those races in between, the one I stressed to everybody, the race of all the races from season 1, you need to watch episode 11. That was a race in Spa, in Belgium. That race was the most exciting race that I've ever been involved with here in F1 Manager. It is by far the best race that has ever been. Because, what was it? I think it was something like, in total, if I remember correctly, 5 safety cars. And something like 8 retirements, if I remember correctly. Something ridiculous like that. So Albon's now finally caught back up to the back of the grid, and we're stuck behind Perez and Ocon. Has Ocon now pitted? No, Ocon hasn't yet pitted. But I tell you what, Perez is going to have to. He's on the mediums down to 45%. He ain't going to last.
Ferrari advance the race position.
Right, so I want to harvest the ARS and stay in with the guys. Oh, and there is a few pits. Hang on. Whoa. They weren't all on... Right. Some of those soft compound... so those hard drivers, actually, I think they're going to be pitting... They are going to be doing a 2-stop, I think. Oh, actually, no, they were doing a 2-stop. Yeah, they were the soft starters. Yeah, so they are definitely doing that. Wow, okay. So this is looking better and better for Albon then. Because Perez and Ocon are definitely going to have to pit, so that's going to put us up into P12.
Vettel has just pitted.
Anyone else likely to pit? I wouldn't expect so. Maybe Guan Yu... Actually, yeah, Guan Yu Zhou and Alonso, they did start on the hard... sorry, on the softs. Possibly. Hamilton, possibly. I think they might just be able to stretch it. Considering there's been 2 safety cars, they might be able to stretch it. Right. So, once we get past the hairpin, we are going to look to send it. There we go. Right, go on Albon.
Just use the overtake.
Copy.
Oh, Gasly's just dropping back a little bit. In to push again. Need to get in that DRS zone by the end of this next straight. And I think we're going to do it. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine.
Good job.
Albon has overtaken Ocon.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Oh. Yeah, there's the DRS. Come on, close the gap, close the gap, close the gap.
Full deploy.
Claire's pulling away. But now we're closing. There we go. This is better. And of course we're going to have the DRS again. I say just need to make sure we stay just within touch. Alright, so that's Perez, Albon into 13th. Albon currently on a green and a purple middle sector. Could Albon be about to get the fastest lap of the race? Oh, we're coming up towards Norris. We're getting blocked in. Oh, we have to slow down there. Oh, can we get both? Oh, Albon, what are you doing? I mean, that was a steamy race, a steamy lap. Oh, oh, we've got the inside line. Oh, come on, Albon. You should have done that. Should have made that move stick there.
Hey Kev, previously discharged, hope you well mate.
Well, hello there to, the F1 manager, formerly known as B Sturge. Thank you, welcome to the live stream. So currently, we're having a very good race so far. We've had 2 safety cars so far in this race, which has put Gasly into a very promising position to challenge for the race win. And we're coming up to a lapped car, as it currently stands. We've basically been having a sort of a 3-way battle for the lead of this race between Gasly, Leclerc and Verstappen for, I don't know what, maybe the last 10 laps or so? Something ridiculous like that. It's been absolutely phenomenal. We've been really going hard. Albon,
Use energy.
he did manage to get his pit stop done under the safety car. Didn't manage to quite get that done. But we are doing incredibly well. We're moving back up the grid. I think Perez is going to have to make another pit stop. Probably at the end of this lap, actually. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Ocon is, but obviously he's behind us.
The start, bud.
Not to worry, no. Of course, obviously this will all be on the playlist once the stream is ended. So you will, of course, be able to go back and watch all the highlights. I'll be putting the chapters in there for some of the key highlights, so you'll be able to watch some of those. So don't you worry about missing it, not at all. So, are we going to potentially get any more pit stops? The fact that Gasly is really pushing quite hard on the hards. I don't think that any of the hard drivers, apart from Ocon, I don't think they're going to have to pit. Perez
Done a good job.
is probably going to be losing time soon, so he's either going to stay out once he goes into that 30% rage, or he's going to try and get to the end, which I don't see happening, personally speaking. For us, of course, we are scheduled to dip just below the 30% mark. But because we've been involved in the DRS train so much, we've been able to save our tyres that little bit, which has been really good news. So, is Perez coming into pit this lap? I'm expecting him to. I would be surprised if he's not. Put it mildly. And tell you what, we're going to do the same thing with Albon. We're going to just bring him down. Because I can't see any reason that we need to push so hard when we've got this DRS train going on at the moment. Is Perez coming into pit now? No, he's not. This lap, I think he's going to lose out big time-wise. Really, really lose out. So we want to take advantage. So let's go up into overtake. We want to try and make this move done on Perez. We want to get past him as soon as feasibly possible. There he is. He's now into that danger zone, into that 30% danger. And someone's locked up. Yellow flag, sector 1. What's happened? We've had a crash. Are we getting a safety car or anything? It was George Russell.
Now,
oh my God.
The Mercedes here.
So he's battling with Lewis Hamilton. Lock up.
Dear me, they won't have been expecting that.
They've still not quite patched the hairpin crashes, to be perfectly honest.
For the team.
I mean, it's better than it was
their overall chances.
in Season 1. There were some really bad ones in Season 1. But that one, really, that shouldn't have been a lock-up in the way that it needed to be. So down to 9 laps remaining. Russell has gone into the pits. So we should hopefully jump him. Perez surely is coming into the pits now. No! Oh my God! I cannot believe Perez is not coming in. I've never seen any of the AI go into the into that below 30% mark. I've never seen that actually happen. So, we've got 9 laps to go. I'm really hoping we can get a race win. We're going to have to see how we go. It's going to be something like that, I think, that we need to try and do. Something like that, where on the last lap we're in 2nd place and coming down the main straight we managed to get it. That's what I think we need to do. Get out of our way!
Check the DRS. Yeah.
Can't believe we couldn't pass Perez. He still seems to be faster. Could have dropped him back from him. If he's not coming in now, right, he's literally staying out. I'm now nervous because I'm worried that Perez is going to crash out and then we'll get stuck behind him or something like that. We'll get caught by him. Oh, I'm that little bit nervous now. Not gonna lie, but we're still in the lead. Still in the lead as it currently stands. With unless one of us crashes now, we're guaranteed to have these 3 as the top finishers in this race. In what order? That obviously remains to be seen. Yeah, it is truly squeaky bum time at the moment. But that's good that Verstappen's got the overtake done there, because we're now going to get the ERS down the next 2 straights.
Red Bull gained a place.
We're going to look to harvest as we're coming down with our ERS obviously wide open. I want to see if we can gain something back whilst we're getting the overtakes done. Oh, that's bestie. For a moment, I thought that Hamilton had suddenly caught us up. Yeah, Perez is down to 24%. My God.
7 laps to go.
Oh. Can't believe Perez is not like sliding all over the place. I honestly can't believe that he's still going on those mediums. Let's both drivers, let's just try and get that harvesting while we can. We want to save it for the end of this race. We're pushing with everything we got. I think we could probably also just afford to drop back on our tyre wires a little bit. Let's just, we're going to keep an eye on it just for the moment.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
But if we do drop back, so we've got the DRS for the moment. If we do drop back too much, then of course I'll push up again. Oh, but Leclerc looks like he's dropped out of the DRS zone. He has! Oh my God! So could it now be a straight fight for the race win? Oh my God! Right, we've got 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go. My, my, my. How the tables are turning. Oh.
Energy's good.
Copy.
Do everything you can, mate.
Okay.
Oh, I'm worried. I think we might just dip below it. But, I mean... So because in the DRS zone, Perez is still bang on point pretty much.
Good.
With everyone around him, despite being on tyres that are 19%. Oh, Gaz's new fastest lap.
There's an overtake from Williams. Here's the replay.
New fastest lap of the race.
We see the Williams here.
And it's on the first stretch, so before we even get to the Wall of Champions there. Oh my, oh my. A 14.7. Wow.
4 laps to go.
4 laps to go. Woo! Come on, boys. We can do this. Ocon didn't pit in the end, actually. No, he didn't make the pit. Oh! Are we getting the move done? We are! Finally, we've got past Perez. My word. Right. Let's go deploy with your ERS. Let's catch back up to Norris. Can we try and get top 10?
We can take a look now.
Oh my God, that was hard work, that bloody overtake there. My oh my. So what does that mean for his last lap times, curiously? Oh, 1:17.4. So either he got held up or he's literally now dropping off. He's literally dropping off the cliff. But that bodes well, considering he's on now 18% and he took that long to get to that point where the times are actually dropping off. So there is Verstappen behind us. 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Right. And now Albon's in that DRS zone. So Perez has dropped behind Russell, who at one point I think was a couple of seconds, a few seconds behind. So what is now Perez's time going to be? Ocon similarly, he's now again nearly 2 seconds slower than Schumacher and Vesti. And Vesti's the slowest guy on the grid pretty much. .117.4 was the last one. Oh! Yellow flag sector 1. What's happened? A crash? Safety car, give me the safety car, please!
Sounds like there's been a crash.
Look here! Oh my god!
Okay, here's the Ferrari.
I told you! I told you! Don't count your chickens!
Clearly, something went very wrong.
I don't think he's going to get anywhere now. I know you got poor grip. You've got 2 laps to go.
Yeah, copy that.
The ball is so on the steering. Can you help me?
Yeah, I know. Right. You've got 2 laps to go. Boy, you got 2 laps to go, and you can win this race.
Still a lot to play for.
Oh my God, Charles Leclerc's got no front wing, and he's not coming to pit. So is Hamilton, who's currently 12 seconds behind, is he going to go for it? Oh my God, are we suddenly losing time? Don't say that we're suddenly losing so much time when Perez and Ocon didn't so early in the race. So now 1.3 seconds behind Verstappen. Right. We're not now obviously the DRS zone. We've lost out there. What was the last lap time?
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Last lap now.
We're about half a second slower, last lap out. Oh, we're on the last lap, come on! We want to give it everything we have got. Come on, boy!
Come on.
Yeah, come on! Come on! You can do this, Pierre! Right, we're getting into that DRS zone, into that DRS range, come on! Close the gap, close the gap, close the gap. Come on, you can do this, boy. You can do it. We need to get much, much closer. Come on. We're going to have the DRS. Whether we're going to have enough to get the overtake done, I don't know. The 0.7 seconds back. Someone else is locked up. In sector 1, I don't really care at the moment. Here's a yellow flag. It's a crash. Same yellow flag. Oh! Any possible chance we could have had of overtaking that has now gone. That was a Haas and someone else. Oh!
Oh no! And
I mean that is a mega crash. Oh! Once again, so near yet so far. And Magnussen was taken out there. And again, Albon's just losing time there. Just beginning to lose the time there. Oh! Hamilton. Oh, Leclerc is dropped back to 5th.
And P1. Wait for a second.
Is that going to be it? Yeah, that's going to be it. There he is, across line. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh.
Unlucky at the end there. Solid points though. Nice job.
Yeah. Thank you for that, bud. I mean, yes, that it's such a hard thing to think about. Like when you start off in P6, you know, if they would say to me, you know, before the race starts, if you'd said to me, you're going to get second on the grid, you know, it'll be basically your second ever podium, I would have snatched your hand off for that. I would. But at the same time, when you're so close to possibly getting a race win, and right towards the end with you know the tyre wear and everything, you just lose touch that little bit. But all I can say is really thank God for that crash by Leclerc. Thank God for that crash by Leclerc, because he would have got me if it hadn't been for that.
Pierre Gasly flew us to the stars.
Yes!
podium is a brilliant reward for everyone's hard work.
Just the
over
second
the
time I'm
weekend.
getting to see an actual podium. I tell you what, I'd love to see the podium every race, regardless of whether you finish on it or not, to be honest. Yes, Pierre.
The Frenchman was in sublime form today, fully deserving of his podium finish here. And after all that hard work, surely it's time for them to enjoy this moment. Williams have got to be happy with their results here. This was good work.
I couldn't agree more. It just shows what this team can do when all the pistons are firing.
And after this result, the team is fourth in the constructor standings.
Okay, so we
For the
remain
next round,
fourth.
Heading back to the heart of the UK. Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone, the cradle of Formula One.
Yes. So yeah, I would have been shocked if we got up into third in the constructors. Let's see how it properly actually played out there. So I mean, you'd have to contest driver of the day if it. I mean, again, I wish that was a thing here in F1 Manager. I really wish you'd have driver of the day. You know, it's one of these little things that, okay, yes, it's a management sim game, but it just gives you even more of a sense of immersion, you know? But yeah, driver of the day, you'd have to say it's either Pierre Gasly or Bottas, you know, with Bottas eventually finishing in 4th after starting 10th. But I have to give it to Pierre. You know, and I know that may be biased, but he got the fastest lap of the race. He got into second when he started in P6 in a Williams that, okay, yes, we are pretty much at the moment driving consistently best of the rest. And okay, you know, Perez started outside. He never really made his way up. George had an incident and obviously dropped down. Same for Charles Leclerc. But you know, he drove his socks off and could have won it. Could have won it. So Pierre does move up 2 places, up into 6th in the driver standings with those 8 points that he's earned there. Remember, it is only the top 8 drivers in a race that actually score any points. Of course, it is less points, so you get 10 points down to 1 point, and you get no bonus points for fastest lap or pole position or anything like that. It's literally where you finish. That's all you get. So Pierre is now up to 6th. George Russell dropping down in 7th, and Albon dropping down again 1 place there into 8th. So the constructors, we have gained 2 points on Mercedes, but we are, what's that, 28 points behind them. But we are over double, you know, away from Alfa Romeo. So we are doing a really consistently good job. Still, unfortunately, poor Aston Martin, poor Haas, they're not getting any points. I think Haas got 1 set of points last in the first season. Aston Martin, to this date, I've never got any points at all. So I do feel a little bit bad for them. Oh, development point for Pierre. That is good news. And nothing for Teo Portier. We're using Teo in every first practice session moving forward. We want to give him the experience boost and try and get him developed up. So we've got 1 of our driver bonuses. Obviously, Albon has to finish 10th or higher. Pierre has to finish 8th or higher. And we didn't manage to guarantee the position gain. But we did get a lot of the other stuff done. So 3.5 million into the bag. Not too shabby. Is there anything that we're going to be able to spend on today? Probably not. I can't actually remember when the designs are due. So we need to take a look at that. Okay. Oops, wrong way. Right, so... oh! Aerodynamic testing begins today! Beautiful! What are we working on at the moment? We're working on the underfloor, so we have got 1 project that we can start. Actually, I think we can do 2, but we'd have to split the things up a little bit more. So, what should we consider working on? Let's have a look Obviously, the F1 Manager, yeah, if you have any suggestions, what you think would be maybe be a good car part to look at designing. Obviously, you can see what our current kind of stats are. Definitely low speed and acceleration. They're probably the two biggest ones. The engine cooling, brake cooling, those I'm not as worried about as such. So suspension, we'll do top speed and acceleration. Side pods, top speed, acceleration. I think that's just, yeah, it's literally, then the other thing is either whether it's brake cooling or engine cooling. Rear wing, literally speeds. Front wing, it's just the corners. The chassis, because what's the underfloor? Well, the underfloor that we're currently working on would do acceleration and the cornering. I'm debating. I mean, give me some suggestions. I'd be really interested to know what what your thoughts maybe are. Something that you think might be good. Because all parts so far, we're on the second generation parts for this series. So it's not like one thing has been, overdone more than another. Or do we look at the research, because we've got some minor changes for the side pods and for the chassis for next year? Do we maybe begin our research early? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should go for one with the...
We both still in very similar position, bud. I've got one design each now ready for next season. I'm at the same offer period as you, I feel like.
I feel like... Oh, I feel like you're doing great. Okay, well, thank you for that. No, that's good to know. That's really interesting. Right, I'm thinking, do we maybe go for the side pods? Because then we get the acceleration and the engine cool. Then the acceleration that we want to do, but then we get the engine cooling, which is obviously a little bit on the low side there as well. Maybe that'll just help conserve it a little bit more. Or do we do the chassis? Chassis or side pods? Chassis or side pods? Right, let's try both of them, just see what would come up. So we're going about halfway, as we always do with all of these. Okay, so I'm just playing around with it here. So we'd be looking at 7th, 13th, 7th, 7th. That's on the side pods. If we did the same for the chassis, what would that put us? Which would give us the bigger gain there? 44. Oh, there we go. Right. So again, if we just literally whacked everything right to the very top. So, what we're looking... It doesn't actually look like it's doing anything for acceleration. It looks like it's everything for top speed, which you get 0.5 of a kilometre per hour. That's so negligible. I think I'm going to go with the side pods. Off the top of my head. Ooh. And then I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to go with this. Oh, actually, no. Have I got enough engineers? That's the big thing. Have I got enough engineers? There we go. Okay. Yeah, because I've got 5 engineers. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so we're going intensive.
Realize we could push all to the right there, lol. I've been missing out, I think, lol.
Yeah, you can actually push right to the far side. And yeah, I've been trying to balance it, because I think right at the very start, when you first did it, it's like really overpowering the parts upgrade that you get. But I think yeah, at the moment it's been tweaked enough. I think it's a lot more manageable than it originally was. So there we go. We're going to go with 5 of our engineers, go intensive. We're going to spend 630,000. So this will get done by the 5th of August. So what would that put us for the calendar? I think that's probably in the middle of the mid-season break, if I remember correctly. Oh, I tell you what, it would literally be on for the Hungarian Grand Prix on the Saturday. So that would have to mean, basically, if I wanted to use them for that, those iPods, I would have to emergency manufacture them and put them straight on, and then obviously only have 1 practice session and qualifying, basically to increase our our time and everything. So yeah. Oh, and literally the underfloor, it would again be the day before that. It would literally be for that. So that could be for 1 race weekend. We get 2 upgrades. The massive big jump on the car. We'd have to see on that one. We would have to see. Now, facility-wise, we've got some things being upgraded at the moment, which is good. We've got 4, it looks like, in the process. I think that what I want to do, and I think I need to save up for this one, is this one for the design centre. I'm going to have to save, because basically I need, another 12 million or so. Because I want to get that capacity, because at the moment I can design 3 parts at a time.
Race I did yesterday. Gasly was running 3 and binded with 9 laps left, lols.
Oh, that's one of the worst things, isn't it? When someone just bins it like that. But yeah, I want to go for the design centre, because I can design 3 car parts at the moment, but I don't feel I'm getting enough balance for my book, because I need more engineers to be able to do it. So, if we base it on the average it's been sort of the last couple of races, where I've been getting about 3.5 million per sponsorship bonus, that would be effectively, 4 races I'd need to save up for. So, what are we on at the moment? So we've just done this one, haven't we? So Canada, okay. But then also we're going to get the month, so that will kind of balance one out. So about 3 million there. 2 races. So that would be, what, about 7? Right, so after the French Grand Prix, in theory, I should have just about enough money, I think, saved up to probably go for that design centre. And then we've got a couple of weeks, and it might even be ready. I mean, does it say actually how long it takes to do? Unless you can afford it, it doesn't tell you how long it takes. That's a bit annoying. That's a little bit annoying. Oh well, that's one of those things. So, overview. As always, everyone is talking about Williams, as they should be right now, being in P4. 3 DNFs in that race. We exceeded the board's expectations. That is good news. Oh yes, we got some development point. What should we go with? There's only one that's not in the thing. And to be honest, Pierre's not actually having to do that much defending at the moment. He's doing a lot of good stuff. So, let's have a think. What should we go? Adaptability, that's wet weather. That's okay. Smoothness. Running longer on the tyres. Well, we're doing a lot of aggressive pushes. Let's do that one. Let's do the smoothness. Albon, have you got anything to spend? Nope. Teo, have you got anything? Nope. What about staff? Simone Rester, our technical chief, he has got one spend. We're working on the side pods at the moment. Let's give you the side pod one. Alessandro Sinelli, our heads of aero, he is getting one. Let's get the DRS one, get that into 80. Race engineers, no, neither of you have got anything there for that. Just out of curiosity, have any of the big wigs finally said that we are interested in joining us? Not there. Nope. Race engineers, Bono? No. I'd like to sign Bono at the end of the season because he's literally only got 6 months left in his contract. I'd love to get Bono. But yeah, none of them other than obviously our own one. What about drivers? Any changes in any drivers that would be interested in joining us? Bottas. Pierre. Oh, but he's ours. Oh my god. Vettel. Kevin Magnussen. Oh, that's interesting. High morale at their current team. Yeah, so we don't really have any big drivers. So it's not really even worth going for anyone. Just out of curiosity. No one signed Nicholas Latifi since we let him go. So, just out of curiosity, like Lando, why he's not? So he's got a negative outlook towards the team. George, probably the same, negative outlook. Fernando, negative outlook. Esteban, negative outlook.
Off for dinner, emoji waving hand. Catch you in the next one, Kev. Stay well, mate.
Yes, thank you very much there, buddy. To be honest, I think we're done here now anyway. Yep, I think that is the perfect time to wrap up this episode. So thank you, F1 Manager, for joining me for this one. Thank you for earlier on, Circon NG. Thank you for joining me both. Thank you to anyone who has been with me, obviously after the fact, watching this afterwards. So the next race is going to be Silverstone. We're going to look through that in a couple of days. What are we on today? We're on Thursday. Tell you what, I'm going to look through that either Saturday or Sunday. So if you want to know when I go live to do that one, make sure you have subscribed to the channel. Make sure you click the notification button so you can watch all the other videos. And then, of course, we've got a couple of other series that I'm doing. I'm doing a Spider-Man series at the moment. I'm doing a Red Dead Redemption series and a few other things. So, yeah, welcome to the channel if you are new. Welcome back if you are old. But regardless, I am Kevin. I am a geek. You've been watching Kevin the Geek. Good night.